Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. This is a long time coming, and we are super excited to have. Can everybody hear me as much as you can? I can't yell that much louder. But we are so excited to have this huge partnership behind us as a show of support for this beautiful area out here. So we're going to have several speakers who all contributed to this beautification of this area, but we will start things off with the mayor. No, Virgin.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. This is a historic morning, and of course, by historic, I'm referring to the fact that Robert E. Lee has a suit on today. And so this is a very important moment. No, in all seriousness, this is a beautiful day because this is a demonstration of our operational unity. Our ability as a city, where you see both city officials, state leadership, you see commissioners from our 1% sales tax, our chamber leadership, all working together to ensure that projects can get done. This particular project is actually the first of its kind, and what I mean by that, this is one of the projects that comes by way of our leveraging of our 1% sales tax. It's not only the first time that the city of Jackson was able to use creative financing in order to address long-standing challenges. It was in fact the first leveraging of its kind in the state of Mississippi's history. And so what we're demonstrating through our operational unity is that instead of focusing on any differences that may exist, that we will demonstrate our willingness and our resolve to work together in order to accomplish that which the community needs. This was a road that was in deplorable condition, and this community was in need of relief, much like many of our communities across the city of Jackson. And so we hope by demonstrating not only here on Riverside Drive that we can accomplish this, it will leave other residents hopeful that we will tackle the challenges that they have across the city, and in fact have done so. So I'm grateful. I'm looking forward to Mr. Lee and others giving you more details on this project. This has always been a beautiful thoroughfare with the shading, the tree cover. And so now it has a fitting road and a total resurfacing restructuring project for the road that has taken place. With that, I'd like to ask if Councilwoman Lindsay, the councilwoman for this ward, and her home is only a rock's throw away from this street, so I know that she personally is grateful for the work that has been done here. Councilwoman, if you don't mind. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. You know, the thing is, I just feel this need to start thanking people, which is always dangerous to do, but this project did not just materialize out of thin air. In fact, the neighborhood and the city have been talking about this project for a better part of a decade. And so what you see today is a culmination of a very intentional effort by the community, the 1% Sales Tax Commission, and the city to take what was a street in very ragged condition and turn it into something that is a showpiece for this city and our state. It is a wonderful example of how you can take an ugly street, beautify it, and use it as an amazing connector. It's not just a neighborhood street. You can see it's got schools, it's got nonprofits, it's got a university, and it connects to so many important uses in our city. And so I do want to say thank you to the Greater Belhaven Foundation, to the 1% Sales Tax Commission, and to the mayor and the administration, and especially to Mr. Lee and the Public Works Department. And I would be very remiss if I didn't also say thank you to Hemphill and to Wagner. I know I saw you. I live literally five houses down, and so I saw you working in all kinds of weather conditions and really suffering through some intense heat and then some horrible cold and then lots of monsoons. And so this has not been a project for the faint of heart. And you went from many feet underground all the way to the surface. And so thank you for all that you've done.
At this time, we would ask if Mr. Jeff Rentz would come forward with the chamber. Thank you. And he's serving in dual capacity. He's not only with the chamber, he's also a 1% commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, good morning. First of all, on behalf of the Greater Jackson Chamber Partnership and also as the Vice Chairman of the 1% Sales Tax Commission, it's nice that we get a chance to actually get together and talk about some things that go right, because a lot of times we end up speaking with everybody when things aren't working well. There's a lot of leadership and teamwork that goes into making something like this come to fruition. Mayor, we thank you for your leadership. Councilwoman Lindsay, thank you. Robert Lee has done a fantastic job. You know, our neighborhoods are the life's blood and the really important arteries into the city of Jackson. And so this is just one example. We continue to focus on neighborhoods now with the 1% Sales Tax Commission and directing those funds to improve the quality of life for our residents. We are going to continue to see a lot of work, and this is just one of the showpieces that we are going to get to celebrate here as we get into more neighborhoods, as we continue to help direct those funds. It's not only important to the residents, it's important to the business community, and also that first impression you get only one chance to make when somebody comes here for the very first time. They want to see that we are investing in our infrastructure, and this is a fantastic example. So on behalf of the Chamber and on behalf of the 1% Sales Tax Commission, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Next, we'll invite Mr. Robert Lee forward to give you more detail on exactly the scope of work that took place and the cost of this project. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. So Riverside Drive is a very different project. It was in bad shape. The water line was leaking. Sewer was questionable. We had oak trees drinking out of the storm drains. So a total reconstruction was needed. But the neighborhood was very clear. We love the oak trees. We want to keep the oak trees. So as part of our mission, we work with an arborist as far as evaluating the oak trees and how to make sure that the construction deep underground that needed to be done did not end up harming the trees that could be saved. And we're actually able to have most of the oak trees were able to make it. The arborist did say some of the trees were dying and need to be cut down, and they were cut down. The neighborhood wanted bikeability and walkability, but they thought we didn't really need a 4-lane highway. So what we have is 1 lane in each direction that can accommodate cars and even trucks that need to come in for deliveries, and left behind a sidewalk on each side, on this side, and a bike trail on this side. This bike trail also connects to the museum trail on the other side of the interstate, with long-range plans to continue up Peachtree connected to University. Eventually you'll be able to actually ride a bicycle from the University, down Riverside, down the museum trail, past the water plant, through Bellhaven to downtown, and most of it off of the street. You know, part of what we did was make sure that this piece of the puzzle connected right with the other piece of the puzzle, and you didn't have a misconnect where two things got together. It's been a long project, a detailed project, a very expensive project, but a worthy project. The end result is good infrastructure, new infrastructure that will last far longer than all of us will be here. Definitely longer than a week for me. So I appreciate everybody's patience with the construction. The neighborhood was outstanding in working with us, and it's been an honor and pleasure to work on this project and to see it to its completion. Thank you.
I want to thank Mr. Robert Lee not only for providing you the details of this particular project, he doesn't look like he want to go.
Always stop.
I'm slightly under the weather, and so I didn't want to compete with the truck there. I want to thank Mr. Lee again for his explanation, but more importantly, Robert is an example of the many men and women who work for the city of Jackson who have committed a good portion of their lives to figuring out problems, committing their genius, their time and attention to these issues, and so I want to thank him. Typically, I would refer to him as one of the weebies, which means we be here when you be gone, Mayor. But Robert will be leaving us for another opportunity, and so this is not only an opportunity to thank him for this project, but to express our gratitude for his hard work and service. So I ask that you give him another round of applause. Next, I'd like to ask if Mary Alex Thigpen will come forward with the Greater Belhaven organization. And she represents the community that has long awaited projects like this. And I want to be clear. Often I spend a good portion of my time talking about some of our lower economic quartile communities. And that's because there's been such a great level of divestment, and they require a good portion of our time and attention. But a project like this demonstrates that we care about all of Jackson, right? We care about every community, and every community deserves to be considered. We're all a part of the equation, and it will take all of our collective genius in order to solve the challenges here in Jackson. And so, Ms. Thigpen, I'd like to ask that you come forward. Thank you very much. All right.
Good afternoon. I'm Mary Alex Thigpen, the director of the Greater Belhaven Foundation. I'll just echo a few of the points that have already been made. Riverside Drive serves as a literal connector from the museum district, museum trail, residents, schools, state offices, universities, the state's largest medical center. But it also serves as sort of a connector in other ways as well, connecting people in different industries and connecting our neighbors. We had the great privilege of getting to work with Hemp Hill Construction and the city and work as a connector in that way to make the voices of our neighbors known. And what we heard from them is we love the live oaks, as was mentioned, and we want this street to be beautiful. So we were recently named a community improvement district, the first in the state, and we are able to leverage those funds to make the voice of our residents seen in the beautification that we provided in landscaping, the connector sidewalk that we worked with Hemphill on to connect Riverside to Peachtree, so we don't have people stepping off into the street and then back onto this beautiful sidewalk. They're staying safe the entire time. So the foundation was able to contribute about $25,000 to that project, and we're looking forward to continue seeing it be maintained and beautiful, and just appreciate the collaboration between all these different partners to make this a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thigpen. I'm taking my cues from our comms director. She was either doing Itsy Bitsy Spider or saying that we have to. She's either doing Itsy Bitsy Spider or saying that it's time to cut the ribbon. So I'm guessing that she's saying that it's time to cut the ribbon. And we all ask that everybody behind me join us as we celebrate this moment. So where we?
I don't know. I'm
Nobody wants to stand in traffic.
I feel
So
like
we're gonna just do it here.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to get run over.
No risk, no reward.
Come on, I've been playing in traffic for years.
Oh wait, we need to,
You need it longer?
we did need it
We
longer.
need more.
It's gonna be a cozy ribbon cutting.
It's gonna be a cozy.
Yeah, we
All
can.
become friends.
Yeah, we
All
can.
else squeeze in.
And the scissors.
Sorry,
Jeff,
what's there?
you didn't bring y'all scissors this time.
That's what I was saying. I was disappointed I didn't.
There you go. Hold on for you, Greg. Oh, you can talk now.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to pass the scissors to Councilwoman Lindsay, since this is her neighborhood and she's
I've
endured
never
this-
had the scissors before. Where are the big ones? Thank you. Just tell me when.
We're gonna take pictures first.
We need to move podium.
Do we need to move the podium?
You want us to? Y'all need us to? It rolls.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Microphone down. Move it out of the way over here. I've been moving this podium for years, but nothing changes.
Good there.
Hey, it's your last time.
Oh, hold on. It's not gonna. Will not work.
Okay, I'll count down. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Count down.
Well, it's everybody.
Feel better? I appreciate it. Thanks. Always good seeing you. Okay. Okay. That's perfect. So we're gonna.
That's it.
That's it. Sorry.
That's
I'm so sorry.
You good?